Section 316 of the Criminal Procedure Code states that the death penalty in Singapore is to be conducted by hanging. Hangings always take place at dawn and are conducted by the long drop method. The Singapore government has affirmed its choice of execution by hanging in favor of other methods. Capital punishment in Singapore is a legal penalty. 33 offenses including murder, drug trafficking, terrorism, use of firearms and kidnapping warrant the death penalty under Singapore law. In November 2012, capital punishment laws in Singapore were revised such that the mandatory death penalty for those convicted of drug trafficking or murder was lifted under certain specific conditions. Judges were empowered with the discretion to sentence such offenders to life imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 20 years. These changes were approved by Parliament and set to take effect in January of the following year. In January 2013, the law was again amended to make the death penalty no longer mandatory for certain capital offenses. Judges in Singapore were given a discretion to impose a sentence of life imprisonment with mandatory caning for offenders who commit murder but had no intention to kill, which come under Sections 300, 300 and 300 of the Penal Code. The death penalty remains mandatory only for murders committed with the intent to kill, which come under Section 300 of the Penal Code. Provided that drug traffickers only act as couriers, suffer from impaired mental responsibility, or substantively assist the authorities in tackling drug trafficking activities. Among other conditions, judges also had the discretion to impose life sentences instead of death. Drug traffickers who were not condemned to death but to lifelong incarceration with caning would receive at least 15 strokes of the cane, unless suffering from mental incapacity. Despite this discretion, a sentence of life imprisonment is the mandatory minimum penalty for capital murder or drug trafficking offenses. On the 28th of February 2024, Ahmed Salim was executed. Ahmed Salim was a Bangladeshi painter, born on the 1st of January 1989. He was likely the only child and son of his family. After reaching adulthood and completing his education, Ahmed migrated from Bangladesh to Singapore in 2010 to seek and gain employment. He was working as a painter as of December 2018. During May 2012, while working in Singapore, Ahmed Salim first met his girlfriend Nurhayati Sarada, an Indonesian citizen who had come to Singapore that same year to work as a maid. Nurhayati Sarada, who was born in 1984 and was 5 years older than Ahmed, hailed from the Indramayu Regency of West Java, where she lived with her mother Warsam and stepfather Murayati. Nurhayati was married with one son before she divorced her husband, 7 years after they married in. The pair met in December 2018. At that time Nurhayati was working for a family that resided in Serangoon. This was the third family she had worked as a maid since her arrival in Singapore in 2012. It was love at first sight. Ahmed and Nurhayati became romantically involved. Both of their family were aware of Ahmed's relationship with Nurhayati. In November 2017, 5 years after they first met, the couple agreed to get married in December 2018. Ahmed was devoted to Nurhayati and regarded her as his wife despite not being officially married. They were seen together almost every day. In mid-2018, Nurhayati Sarada and Ahmed Salim had a big argument, because Ahmed Salim's mother wanted to arrange a marriage between her son and another woman. This made the situation tense between the couple. Nurhayati Sarada and Ahmed Salim end up breaking up after 6 years into their relationship. Around August 2018 eventually, Ahmed and Nurhayati reconciled and resumed their relationship, in spite of Nurhayati being reminded of Ahmed's arranged marriage. The couple resumed their routine meetings on Sundays and constantly had sex. The couple's relationship became fraught with arguments, and at one point, during one of these quarrels, Ahmed was so enraged that he used a towel to cover Nurhayati's mouth before he released Nurhayati after she struggled. Despite the abuse, Nurhayati later apologized to Ahmed and continued their relationship as if nothing ever happened. Just 3 months after the reconciliation, Nurhayati met another man named Hanifa Mohammed Abu. He was a Bangladeshi and work permit holder who worked as a fitter in Singapore. Seeing both men, but Nurhayati was spending more time with her new man. Not long after, Nurhayati fell in love with Hanifa and became his girlfriend. As soon as they had begun dating, Nurhayati told Hanifa about Ahmed and informed him about Ahmed's mother's wishes for Ahmed to follow up on the arranged marriage in Bangladesh. Nurhayati assured Hanifa that she would end her relationship with Ahmed. Hanifa and Nurhayati continued dating despite all this, and Ahmed was also still in the picture. Nurhayati Wartmanosarata started avoiding Ahmed. On the 9th of December 2018, Ahmed suspected that Nurhayati was once again seeing another man. Ahmed confronted Nurhayati and told him his worries. Nurhayati Wartmanosarata did not deny it, and admitted she had become Hanifa's girlfriend, and asked Ahmed to go back to Bangladesh to marry his fiancée his mother arranged for him to marry. Despite this, Ahmed asked Nurhayati to meet him again on the 23rd of December, trying persuading her not to break up. Nurhayati once again expressed that she wished to end her relationship with Ahmed, and advised Ahmed to proceed with the arranged marriage instead. Ahmed Salim formulated a plan to once again persuade Nurhayati not to break up with him, and should that fail, he would kill her. The plan itself was concocted prior to meeting Nurhayati on the 23rd of December 2018, but Ahmed did not do it since Nurhayati agreed to meet him on the 30th of December 2018. On the 30th of December 2018, Ahmed emptied his bank account and retrieved his savings of 1150 Singapore dollars. On his murder plan, he also bought a rope for the purpose of strangling Nurhayati, since he was aware that Singapore law did not allow people to carry weapons in the public. Therefore a rope was his only option. Nurhayati decided to fulfill her promise and meet up with Ahmed. On the late evening of the 30th of December 2018, Ahmed met up with Nurhayati at the Golden Dragon Hotel in Geylang, which was Singapore's red light district. Inside the room Ahmed booked, the couple had sex and they once again moved to the topic of their relationship. After they'd been intimate, Ahmed was hopeful and thought he will be able to convince Nurhayati. Ahmed once again pleaded with Nurhayati to break up with Hanifa and hoped to reconcile their relationship. However, Nurhayati was firm with her stance to end their 6-year relationship, and refused to take Ahmed's threat of killing her upon her refusal to reconcile, and was determined to be with Hanifa instead. The brutal killing of Nurhayati Wartmanosarata began with a towel on her neck. Then Ahmed Salim decided to use the rope he brought to the hotel in preparation of the murder of Nurhayati Wartmanosarata. After killing his girlfriend, Ahmed Salim stole the money and mobile phone of Nurhayati Wartmanosarata and was trying to flee Singapore before he was arrested. The body of Nurhayati Wartmanosarata was found by hotel staffs who contacted the police, and there was a manhunt to find Ahmed Salim. The next day, on the 31st of December 2018, about 14 hours after killing Nurhayati, 29-year-old Ahmed Salim, who by then was listed as a suspect, was arrested after he arrived at his employer's office. In response to the employer's request to meet Ahmed to discuss his upcoming return to Bangladesh, Ahmed, who celebrated his 30th birthday on the 1st of January 2019, was charged with murder on the 2nd of January 2019. His trial began on the 15th of September 2020, 1 year and 9 months after he killed Nurhayati. 31-year-old Ahmed Salim stood trial at the High Court for committing Nurhayati's murder. 31-year-old Ahmed Salim was found guilty of murder under Section 300 of the Penal Code and sentenced him to death. Under Section 300, after numerous failed appeals, on the 28th of February 2024, Ahmed Salim went to the gallows for the murder of Nurhayati Sarada. Ahmed Salim was the first person executed in Singapore in 2024. Ahmed Salim reportedly did not receive visits from his family and friends throughout his incarceration on death row in Singapore, and Ahmed, who was notified of his death warrant 2 weeks prior, was resigned to his fate, and he decided to not appeal to stay or oppose his execution, which therefore went ahead as scheduled. After his hanging, his remains was repatriated to the Bangladeshi city of Dhaka under the arrangements of the Singaporean authorities. Ahmed Salim was 35 years at the time of his execution. Thank you for watching Death Row.